again, this time we'll talk about the digestive system. Digestive system is the group of organs that work together to convert food into energy and nutrients to feed the entire body. So, the food passes through a long tube inside the body known as the alimentary canal, or it is also called the gastrointestinal tract or the GI tract. So, the alimentary canal is made up of the oral cavity, the pharynx, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestines, and the large intestines. So, there are two main groups of digestive system, the organs. So, the alimentary canal and the accessory digestive organs. So, those what I've mentioned earlier are the alimentary canal. So, let's know what are those organs that is in the alimentary canal. So, mouth, di na nangyayarian the chewing of food. Tapos di na namamasticate ang food through hand saliva. So, it is the initiation of swallowing by the tongue, and it allows for the sense of taste. So next is the pharynx. So it serves as the passageway for air and food. So food movement is by alternating contractions of the muscle layers. So through the peristalsis. Peristalsis is the alternating waves of contraction. So it pharynx may dayatutulong types, which is the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, and the laryngopharynx. So, nasopharynx, it is not part of the digestive system, while the oropharynx, it is posterior to the oral cavity, and lastly, the laryngopharynx is below the oropharynx, and it is connected to the esophagus. So, next is the esophagus. It runs from pharynx to stomach through the diaphragm. So, it conducts food by peristalsis. As I have mentioned, peristalsis, the alternation waves of contraction. So, it is the passageway for food only. Let's proceed to the stomach. So, first, let's know what is the anatomy of the stomach. So, where is the stomach located? So, the stomach is located on the left side of the abdominal cavity. So, there are regions of stomach: the cardiac, the fundus, the body, and the pylorus. So, the cardiac, it is where the esophagus connects to the stomach, while the fundus, it is located inferior to the diaphragm, above and to the left of the cardia. Then, the body is below the fundus, and the pylorus is a funnel shape that connects the stomach to the duodenum, as a storage tank for food. It is the site of food breakdown, and the chemical breakdown of protein begins. So it delivers chyme or processed food to the small intestine. So next is the small intestine. Small intestine is the body's major digestive organ. So in this small intestine, it is the site of nutrient absorption into the blood. So there are subdivisions of the small intestine. It is dogs just eat. It means that D is duodenum, in which duodenum is attached to the stomach. It curves around the head of the pancreas. Next is the jejunum. It is attached into the anteriorly to the duodenum. And last is the ileum. It extends from jejunum to large intestine. So next is the large intestine. So large intestine is larger in diameter but shorter than the small intestine. It frames the internal abdomen. So large intestine is the absorption of water. It eliminates ingestible food from the body as feces. So it does not participate in digestion of food. And the structure of the large intestine. The cecum, in which it is a sac-like first part of the large intestine. The appendix, in which it is the accumulation of lymphatic tissue that sometimes becomes inflamed. So, asya na ito nagkakamay da itibahin, appendicitis. So, it hangs from the cecum, the appendix. So, the structure of large intestine. The colon, in which it is ascending, it can be transverse, it can be descending, and it can be S-shaped sigmoidal. So the rectum, it is the anus, in which it is the external body opening. The process of digestive system. So first is the ingestion. So first is the ingestion. Ingestion is the basic act of eating or getting food into the mouth. So then the propulsion, it is the movement of foods from one region of the digestive system to another. So it is how we swallow the food. Then the peristalsis, in which it is the alternating waves of contraction. So the muscles contract. Then segmentation, the moving materials back and forth to the aid in the mixing. So next is the mechanical digestion. So in the mechanical digestion, it is where the food is mixed through the mouth and the tongue. So it is the churning of food in the stomach. Then the segmentation in the small intestine. So next is the digestion or the chemical digestion. The enzymes break down food molecules into their building blocks. Like for instance, the carbohydrates, it is broken down to simple sugar. The proteins into amino acids. The fats are broken down into fatty acids and alcohols. So then the absorption occurs. So the absorption, it is where the products of digestion are absorbed. So ano na mga products na absorb, like it's either may igina-absorb din iniya nga process. Then adto na mga diri na-absorb na mga substance or materials is makadto na defecation process, in which it is the elimination of indigestible substance as feces. So ang mga materials na wala ka-absorb is amot nagawas sa aton anus as feces. So that was the process of digestive system.